That's one small step for man.
Out for the. Hello everyone, welcome back to Here's What's Going On podcast with me, AJ. We're jumping right into ABC's AJ's Book Corner. We're coming from the book The Women's War by Jenna Glass. I do believe it is a series book. I do believe. So I'm hopefully going to be able to get the next one in the series, hopefully if it's available. It is sci-fi. Basically, let me read you the synopsis of the story. When a nobleman's first duty is to produce a male heir, women are treated like possessions and bargaining chips. But as the after effects of a world-altering spell ripple out physically and culturally, women at last have a bargaining chip of their own, and two women in particular find themselves in the liberating crossroads of change. Alice is the widowed mother of two adolescent children and a disinherited daughter of a king. Her existence has been carefully regulated, but now she discovers a fierce talent, not only for politics but also for magic, once deemed solely the domain of men. Meanwhile, in a neighboring kingdom, young Ellen finds herself unexpectedly on the throne after the sudden death of her grandfather, the king, and everyone else who stood ahead of her in the line of succession. Conventional wisdom holds that she will marry quickly, then quietly surrender the throne to her new husband. Only Ellen has other ideas. It's a pretty good book so far. I'm enjoying it. I just finished reading another book too that I'm surprised at myself at how quickly I read it, but I figured it would be easy read. I read Reminders of Him, and I went to go see the movie today. It was pretty good as well. So yeah, I like to read. Reading is really fun. Speaking of reading, let's jump right into this episode. We're discussing the power of reading in relation to mental health. I found two articles that discuss the benefits of reading. The first one is Care to Live Long? You Might Try Reading by Matthew J. Edlin, MD. This article touches on a Yale study that found there to be a 20% survival risk advantage for book readers based off of them having better cognitive ability from reading. And then the article Can Reading Books Improve Your Mental Health by Rob Whitley, PhD, discusses how the worries of the decline in book reading may not be as major as we predicted, and also how bibliotherapy or reading therapy can assist in recovery for people with mental illness. When I think about reading, I think about how it requires you to be present. For me, and I'm sure other people, being present can be difficult when the current state of life requires and promotes the go of it all and constant evolution. However, when it comes to reading, it requires you to be present. I just finished reading, like I said, Reminders of Him. I read it in a day, 6 hours to be exact. Being able to escape into the fiction of the pages and the lives of the characters is what I enjoy the most. I am a reader. I read more than most, on average 1 to 4 books a month. So for me, I read because it helps me feel, it helps me be more present, kind of forces me to, because I can't do anything else when I'm reading a physical book. Well, I may be able to enjoy a snack, but I can't watch a show or listen to music unless it's frequency music. But what I'm saying is reading for me requires a present commitment that fully engulfs me. The only other things that can do that for me is hiking alone and writing. The article discusses how people with mental illness can benefit from reading books by other people who have mental illness as well. In those autobiographies, the author is able to put lived experiences on the page and allow for others struggling with the same issues to relate and perhaps not feel so alone. Lastly, the article talks about how the Black community uses religion and spirituality books and devotional texts to assist with mental health. I went from reading to escape. I basically went from reading to escape to reading to learn. It's nice to transition so far. I take joy in getting to get a new book and enjoy learning about different writing styles, character development, and history, because I do like to screenwrite as well. I read a little of everything. I'm reading, like I said, sci-fi right now, and then I have a nonfiction book I'm going to transition to. And like I said before, I did just finish Reminders of Him, which I guess is a romantic fiction. I don't know, but yeah, I read to learn. I love to learn, and I'm passionately curious. So yeah, moving on to what I'm happy and grateful for. I'm happy and grateful for having a library card. I love the library. I'm fortunate to have lived near a library all my life and have access to go to it. I think it's a privilege to have a library card, and I wish other people would utilize their privilege and the resource more. I find peace in watching people use the library as a safe place, not only for books, but computer access, Wi-Fi, videos. Well, let me not I mean, I age myself, but DVDs and like there's a lot of stuff at the library other than just books there. There's a lot of resources there. There's a lot of utilization there that I feel is really definitely underutilized for sure. The quote, healing means losing the identity built around your pain. And in doing that, I feel you must learn to not lean on the crutch that is your past pain. It's scary, but it's necessary to grow. But before I go, be sure to check out the show notes. Also, check out my books on Amazon titled Poems to Cry To in the Dark and Love Letters Never Sent to Myself, and leave a 5-star rating. Other than that, I don't have anything else. I'm glad you're still here, and I hope I have the day you deserve.